When you're working in AutoCAD Electrical, you need to set up your project work file. Your project work file is stored in a .wdp file, and what you would do is you would save that project work file to the folder that you need to save it to. In this case, I'm going to save it to this file and folder here, Drawings. And you can see I've already got an IEC Module 2 folder set up. Now we're going to set up an IEC Module 1. We're using IEC, which is the European metric standard for this particular project. So I'll click on OK there now. There's my IEC Module 1. Now the reason I jumped into that without going down through all the path for the folder and everything is just to save time. As you can see, that path is quite long and I don't want to click, click, click and drag all the way through. Very boring to watch and it's not what we need to do right now. So that's all set up. What I want to do now is click on OK Properties. That allows me now to set up the properties of my actual WDP file. So you can see here I've got various options that I can set up, things like electrical standards and so on, components. So there's my tag format, sequential. So I might set that up to be 001, for example. My wire numbering, definitely 001 there. That's what I tend to use. And then I increment that. Cross references, styles. So you've got arrowhead styles and PLC styles and wiring styles. And then also your drawing format. Things like ladders that we set up and format referencing. And everything else, inches, millimeters and so on. It's all in there. So I can OK all of that. And that will now set up my IEC Module 1 project there. So everything is now in my WDP file. So that's my project file set up. What I need to do now is go to Open. And in that project file, I need to install a drawing. So let's go for our contents drawing first of all. Let's install that as drawing 1. So I'll open that drawing up. There's my contents drawing right there. And what I'm going to do now is obviously employ that into my project. And the way to do that is you right-click over the project and add the active drawing. Do you want to apply the project default values? Those are the ones we've just set up in the WDP file. So you click on Yes. That will update the drawing accordingly, so everything is now set up, and now that drawing is part of your project. So that WDP file now knows that that drawing is set up in the project, but more importantly, the drawing is now using the project properties that you set up, things like the wiring tags and the PLC tags and so on. So that's how you set up your WDP file. You set up a new project, select a folder for the project, open up the drawing to go into the project, add that active drawing to the project, and you're ready to go. That's the first part of your project setup.